Hello everybody. Hi Bonnie, hi Shaz. Hello everybody in the live and hello everybody on the replay. Thank you so much for joining me. So last night I stamped this really cute sheet and I thought, what about trying to make it into a folio album? It's something that I've been thinking about doing since I've started making folio albums, of how to incorporate stamped images into that. Lovely to see you, Miss Bonnie. I sent you an email, by the way. I need to make my granddaughter's footprint look like the back of a rabbit for an Easter card. She's 5 months old. Wait till they're asleep, Shaz. Wait till they're asleep. Hi Johanna. Hi Pat. Bling Bling Crocker. Hi Van Bridge. Have you changed your name? Are you the other Bridge that I know? Hi Lane. Or you're on a different, maybe you're on a different device. I don't know. All right, sorry, I've been struggling with my sound to try and get my sound to work. That's why I'm a little bit later than scheduled, but I'm glad to be here and hope you guys are well too. The sun is shining. I'm hoping that means it will warm up my craft room. Although I've just realised I've got a whole heap of cardstock on the floor that it's nicely, not burning, but, you know, discolouring. Just be aware of that. Cardstock does discolour in the sunshine, so keep it away from the sun. Right, and I did pick out some DSP that I'd not got round to using a while back and thought it might be fun to do mixing with what I made yesterday, some black and white DSP and some Blushing Bride, so black and pink kind of theme, but then also using that kind of like stamped sheet that I did. Nessa, different, diverse, yes. Oh, different device, got you. All right, so I'm just setting up my camera. Let's have a look at the desk. So I know I'm doing a lot of extra lives this week. It's because I can, because next week I may not be able to because I've got a class on Tuesday, then we've got a wedding to go to, and so I might be out of action for a few days next week. And it's the Easter holidays, so I'm kind of like, yeah, trying to get as much work out there as possible. So yes, use those up, says Bonnie. I will. All right, so I've got this, yeah, these lovely black and white sheets, and I may have got some other black and white to use up. I'm sure I do. And what were the other colours that I used? Oh, some bright pinks in there, yellows. Oh, maybe even a bit of green. Let's see what I've got in here that might suit. I mean, there is a little. Ooh, oh, that's a stamp I didn't realise I'd lost. It must have been on the back of here. That was close. Oh, I like it when that happens. I like it when I find stamps that I didn't realise I'd lost. Okay, let's get a bit of chipboard out then. So I like using up pieces of chipboard for these kind of projects, and I have marked out roughly what size I want to do. I want to do it a 4" by 5.5" outer. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the right word for that. 4.5. So let's cut this to size. So let's do 4 by 5.5. Oh, and then I need 1.5 inches for the spine. Yeah, I like it how you guys are getting tips about how to get footprints out of babies. Love it. I'm well, thank you, Pat. Really good, thanks. We had our last day of our Lego event at church, which was fun. Used up all the chocolate Legos. Given those all out. I think we need to make a few more. Just going to pop this somewhere safe just for now because I don't want to risk damaging that. I might just have another quick look for more black and white paper. Oh yes, I do have some more. So this is retiring. This is perfectly penciled, a retiring set of papers. So if you haven't got black and white papers and you're thinking, where am I going to get them? There is this set here, but not sure. I think I prefer this design. And there's that one, but it's not giving me a lot of wiggle room, so I think I'm going to go with this one. Now, I know I'm not going to have a lot of space on the ends, but that's fine. Got enough there and there, so what does that come to? So if I cut that at 7 inches, then I've got a good amount for another thing. Oops, paper's flying around. Hi, Gina. And that's going to go about there. So I'm going to cheat a little bit by just doing a quick little score mark through there. So it just helps me line up my pieces. All right. So I'm going to just move this out of the way because you don't need to see my workings out. So I was thinking it might make it easier for me to stick these pieces in if I've already got that score line there. Move that apart down there. Oh, I've got the sun coming in right on my eyes there. I mean, I love the sunshine, but you know when it just sort of streams in at a really awkward angle. It's going right on my nose. I can see you all trying to still figure out this whole bunny foot thing. That's great. So if you're watching this on the replay and wondering who I'm talking to, this was a live video and full of amazing paper crafters who are trying to solve everyone's problems. That's wonderful. Crafting problems, that is. So I'm leaving a little bit of a gap because we need to be able to fold that in. Okay. Oh, okay, Susan, at your post-op eye exam, brilliant. Good, 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 good. Make sure they're keeping an eye on you. Aye, aye. See you later. I'm just kind of rubbing that glue on, and actually I'm really pleased I've started using this side of the glue, because it means that you have a much thinner coating, which for this sort of thing is kind of needed. So fold this over. Really quite tugging that right over. All right, there's a little mark in there. Just go gentle when you're, oh, see, I've torn it. But yeah, go gentle when you do that bit. Then when you cut these corners off, make sure you leave a little bit. Do not cut super close to that corner. Hello, Cindy Fox Taylor. You enjoying your morning coffee? And then I like to stick the top and the bottom pieces first. That is not meant to be torn, but it is. Oops. Again, burnish, burnish, burnish. You need to tell the glue and the paper who's boss. Right, so the reason I like to do the top and the bottom ones first is so that we can then neatly do this corner here, because there's a little bit of crossover at that point there, but then you can go in there and then just pull this neatly over. All right, so because if you've done that one, then this one, it's not so neat. It's best to do top and bottom, then pull that over. Okay, and then you can get your nail in there and just ease that paper down and then round like that. So a little bit of glue across the top of there, the inside of there. And now the sun's decided to go in. Great, let's pop the other light on then. Oh, now the sun's come out again. Honestly, I can't win. Can't win today. It's one of those kind of like proper April shower days here. Gently, gently, gently here. There we go. Okay, beautiful. Right, I wanted something nice on the inside of this. to be a bit of a different design. That's too small. So let's have a look and see what other papers I've got that we could use. I'm sure I've got something pretty. Oh, that's nice, because look, that goes with that, doesn't it? We'll use the pinkier end, I think. So let's just do a quick measure then. I've not even thought what I'm going to be, what size I'm going for across here. So this now measures 9 and what is that? One, two, three, 4, 5. Oh, that's intense. That's not helpful. I need my red ruler. You know what, I'm going to do it that way. Three quarters. Okay, so that's 9 3/4 across there. So if we take off, I don't know, a quarter, I guess. Now the other thing I want to do is do an insert section. So I'm wondering whether just to get on and make that out of Blushing Bride first. So let's see if I've got some scrap that can be used up. Oh, I've got that bit there. Okay. All right, so my inner section, I want to, should we say 5 inches? We'll go for 5 inches. So I'm going to cut that to 5. And then maybe 1. Have it starting about there. No, I'll have it start at 2 inches, just to give me lots of room. Okay, so I'm going to score at 2 inches, then have then at 2.5, then 3, 3.25, then 3 3/4, then 4.25, 4.5, then 5, then 5.5. So I've got 1, 2, 3 inner sections. 1, I'm trying to go a bit further. I think I've got space to put more. Right. So 5 3/4. No, hold on. Yep. 5 3/4. 6 1/4. 6 3/4. 7. 7.5. 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when you do this yourself, the way to think about it is you've got to have 1/2 inch pieces that stick out, and then 1/4 inch pieces that go across the bottom. I'm making a folio. Sorry. Hi, Heather. I'm going to be using the Stamp One Sheet Wonder that I did yesterday. All right, so fold that back. Fold that forward. Fold that back. And fold that back. Oh, I've got to sit down. I keep bending over when I should be sitting. Another day of your road's been closed. Oh, at least the window stopped, so hopefully they can get them open today. Oh, good. I hope so, Annie. Well, as I keep making these, I'm going to try and find ways to streamline the process. So, although there are times where it's a little bit frustrating to get into sort of factory mode setting and do repeated things, I think sometimes it is helpful to do that because you have the measurements and you do the repetition of movements, and so you actually get more done. It's a bit like, you know, when you're doing ironing and you iron all the tea towels at once, or all the pillowcases, and you know, various things. So there is something to be said about doing repetitive things in order to pave the way for doing the more creative. You know, a bit like, you know, when you prep a meal, you know, you chop the vegetables, or chop the fruit, or whatever it is that you're making. All right. I'm just going to cut that little bit off. Just don't need that right now. And then I'm going to stick these pieces together. Actually, I might just try it with glue, see what happens. Just a thin layer, because it's all naturally going to be held together later anyway. Oh, I know what's going to be easier. I've just remembered. Sorry. It's putting the front ones on first. That is what's easier. Right. Yeah, it's this section here that if you put these on first, it's easier for later on. Oh yes, I was just using ironing as an example. I'm not saying that I actually do much ironing myself, Elaine. I only start ironing for special occasions, like, you know, weddings and things. Now, apparently my Stampin' Up order from the other week has arrived, but it arrived at my doorstep when I was out, and my neighbour's got it at her house. And I'm hoping there is some of this tape in there, because since starting to do folios, it's like, ooh, double-sided tape, hello. I've not used you for a while. There we go. Right, let's get those rubbed on. So it's things like this that I'm just sort of picking up little tips as I go along to make life a bit easier. So now I'm going to stick these together. Okay, there we go. Ignore the muck on the back of this. You know, it was in my scrap drawer for a reason. But you're not going to be able to see it when I'm done. Okay, there we go. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. That's going to get stuck into there like that. Probably don't need that as long as I did it, but I just did it just in case because I wasn't quite sure what I was doing. So let's take off go back there. Oh, I'll take off a whole inch. All right, we can do that. Because you want to try and minimise the bulk as much as possible. Oh, right. So what did I say that measured? 5. So I'm thinking 5 1/4 then for the liner. And 3 7/8, I think. Just double check. Oh no, maybe not. Oh no, hold on. I want to check the pink side first, don't I? So my seam is right there, so I want it about there. Okay, so 3 3/4 I need this cut up. I've got a bit to save for later. Oh, when did you place that order? Oh, yeah, they're still picking my order from pre-order. Yeah, I placed an order on the 29th, maybe. Because I thought I may as well get that out. I normally place an order on the last day of the month, but because I knew that that whole pre-order was coming up, I thought, oh, I'll just get my end of the month order in quick. So I'm just putting this extra tape down. I'm also going to put wet glue as well, but I just want to make sure that this middle section is really well stuck on. So. I think I might just pop a little bit of glue under there as well, because that's wanting to come away. Not having you come away. Okay. Right, gotta eyeball this. Hello, Delinda. Actually, I did have confirmation they've sent my I ordered my catalogue separately, and those apparently have been dispatched. So I'm pleased about that because it means I can start making up my envelopes to go out. Although I was going to put a little sampler of all the new colours, and so I really should have ordered some of the new colour stuff, but never mind. Oh, now before I'm just going to make sure it's really well stuck down, and then also burnish here so it folds really nicely. You can be a little bit more firmer with the cardstock. There we go. Tell you what, you learn the value of a good burnish when you're doing stuff like this. All right. Fan-dabby dozy. I am happy with that. No, move over. That was close. Moments like that, you're grateful for the wiggle room. Is this 4x4? No, it's kind of like 4x5.5, Delinda. Yeah, it's so that I try to size it so that I could make 2 pages out of a sheet of cardstock. So you'll see in a minute when I start to make the inner pages why I deliberately chose this size. Can't get my orders delivered up. Oh, Gina, that's a bit of a pain. Have you got a family member or something that you could just have them delivered to for now? Okay, right, so that's the cover and the inner done. Right, even that is just a thing of beauty. You just want to sit and fiddle with it. Right, let's get some Blushing Bride cardstock, of which I have a lot. Let's cut up in, oh no, that's petal paint. I did that the other day. So my inner pages, I don't want them to be 4 inches wide. I think I'm going to do those 3.5. But in order to cut down on my prep time, I'm going to cut these in one go. So score at oh, actually, will I get, hold on, what did I say? Three and a half, so half an inch shorter than what my album is. So this is oh, that's now just over 5.5. Okay, we're going to go by, we're going to do 3.5 by 5. 3.5 by 5. So score at 5. Score at 10. And then cut at, say, we say 10.5. We should go a bit smaller. I think I'll cut a 10 and what's that? 3/8. It's getting the right sort of lip for the glue is one of those things that I suppose is a personal thing, really. So 3.5, 3.5. All right, so what I'm going to be doing is that's going to fold under like that. That's going to do that, and that is 1 page. So I need to make 3 more. Right, so what did I say? I've already forgotten what I was doing now. 5. 10, and then 10 and 3/8. Then turn and cut at 3.5, and then 3.5. So this one I only need 1, so I'm just going to cut that 3.5 off now. Score at 5. Score at 10. And cut off at 10 and 3/8. You see what I mean when you kind of got one measurement in your head, you can just get loads done. Ooh, what have I just dropped? Hi, Tonya. All right, so we've got all 5 of those done. So now we can think about decorating. So I've got my black and white sheets ready. I also have got my gorgeous Stamp One Sheet Wonder here that I want to use. I definitely want to put one of these on the front cover. So just trying to find like the nicest little section. I think that one was probably, is it that one? Just trying to get that bit of the pink flower in there. That was a bit tricky trying to find the right one. Oh, those three are quite nice. And then I could use that section for something else. So if I cut that to 4.5. Welcome, welcome, Miss Tonya. Thank you, Gina. Right, so I think I'm going to cut this. You know what? I'm going to write the size of this on a piece of paper because I keep having to measure because it's an unfamiliar size to me, and I keep having to measure it because I keep second guessing myself. Right, my brain, 5.5 by 4. That's 4 by 5.5. And then these measure 3.5 by 5. Right, I'm just going to slip that in front of me so that I remember the measurements. So I'm wondering whether to cut this out. I was going to cut that at 5. Cut that off at 2.5. Cut that there at 3.5. Okay, so this is going to be my front cover, and I've got a spare bit of pink. So let's go 5.25 and 3 3.75. So that'll be my front cover. Okay. Right, let's have a think what we want on the inner pages of these then. While we're thinking about that, I'm just going to do a little bit of trimming. Yeah, we sure do. Get those corners. Trim off a bit of white edge would get more colour. Yeah, I could do, Delinda, but I want to try and use as much of that One Sheet Wonder as possible. So I'm kind of going to embrace the white space. Yeah. Oh, take care, Heather. Yeah, I hope they're feeling better. Okay, made a mess, but you know, got to break some eggs, haven't you? So I have got some of these different black and white panels. So I've got 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 panels to cover, and I'm wondering whether just to go ahead and cut some of this black and white. So if I cut this to 4 3/4. Now this is the same way that way as it is that way, so I can get 1, 2, 3 out there. If I cut this to 3 1/4, I'll get 2 out of here. And I'll do the same with this, so we'll get 5. So 4 3/4. This paper makes my eyes go a bit weird. 3 by 3 1/4. Right, so I'm going to get those 2 pieces, because these are exactly the same. And cut that at 4 3/4. These are just going to be like matting layers, so because they're making my eyes go a bit weird, 4 3/4, it's fine, because these are going to get covered with other stuff. Hi Kathy. I'm on the folio albums again, Kathy. So 3 1/4. Three and a quarter. Three and a quarter. Now we've got some spare bits there, so that will go perfectly onto there. Now maybe that I decide to have some swing areas, because I want to show off this paper really prettily. So I don't want this paper being a matting layer that people are going to have to stick a photograph over the top of it. But what would be really fun to do is have some swing like elements. So when you ever do that, and if you're using those brads, you need to make sure that you're not going all the way through to a pocket, because if we're going to be slipping something into this pocket here, we don't want metal damaging the paper or a photograph or anything like that. So I'm just mindful that if I want a little swing element, I need to put it through the back of here and stick that onto there and protect the back of this one. So if we cut a few little, right, I've already cut that one out. Where's my, oh, I've got these little pieces here and here. So that is kind of pretty, isn't it? Let's see how much that measures. So that's 2.5. So that's half of the 5. So if I turn it around, 2.5. So, oh no, sorry, that's an inch less. If I do that at 4 inches. So yes, I am getting rid of that little bit of white space, but that's okay. So now I need to find a little scrappy piece to do a matting layer here. So this measures 4. If I do my matting layers 4 1/4, that can go over like that. So do this 2 3/4. There we go. Right. That's my glue. Did I drop my glue earlier? Where have you gone? seen the glue? I mean, really? Oh, it's up there. That's all right. Found it. What is the name of the DSP? Oh, it's a retired one, I'm afraid. Yeah, it was the one from last year that had that on the back of it, Valerie. Yeah. I'm saving up my black and white. I don't know why. Now I do. So folio making is not a fast process. It really is a labour of love. But the satisfaction level is beyond. Because if you take your time to make sure that everything is stuck really beautifully and you've scored and folded nicely, it is so lovely to hold and use. Right, so that's going to be my little swing element. So what I need to do is get my paper piercer, so you can either use your Stampin' Up! That paper piercing tool, but now we have the take your pick tool, which I always seem to mislay. Like, I have a whole pot of tools here, and it's like I can't see it because, there's so many other tools. I'm sure I had it on my desk the other day. Ruth. I'm sure I've got 2 paper piercers as well. Failing that, the scissors are pretty sharp. So as long as you go really carefully with the scissors, you'll be fine. But protect your work surface with a mat first. Then I've also got to make sure I've got some brads. So let's have a look in my embellies. My embellishment drawer. Oh, I've got quite a few here. Oh, I've got some tiny weeny little Stampin' Up! Ones from a few years ago, and then I think these are Stampin' Up! As well. I've kind of thrown a few in here that are similar, but I really want to go for as small as possible. I don't want to have too much bulk with a photograph. Sorry, yeah, I just don't want too much bulk. So I'm layering that on there. I'm gonna have to use my scissors very carefully. Just gonna eyeball the middle, about there, and just do a very controlled pierce, like so. My desk is possessed with bigrams. It take everything as soon as I put it down. Yeah, that's what I'm going to blame too, then, Annie. Okay, so I've just realised what I should have done is put a magnet up in there. Let's see if I can ease this out. Right, where are my magnets? Right, I'm not sure if I'm going to get that one up in there. Might just have to use a glue dot for that. Not the ideal situation, but it's because I wasn't thinking ahead. Right, I'm going to try and find the flattest glue dot possible. That one I'll do. No! Go on. There we go. There we go. Right, I'm going to slip that in. As far as it'll go. Don't stick to my fingers. Go on, in you go. In. Right, there we go. Then we're going to squidge a little tiny bit of glue, and hopefully that'll just keep it in there. Little bit. There we go. Lift your spine. Oh, yeah, Delinda, I would have, except I can't find my take your pick tool, can I? For some reason. Oh, now I can. Now I can. Now you mention it. Look, I found it. Hopefully next time I won't forget to put it on. Right, so to make sure that that's in the correct place, what we need to do is then pop that onto there. Get your tape, slide that off and pop the magnet on, like so. Ooh. Right, and then you need to line this up. Oh, no, what am I doing? No, that needs to go on the other side. Right, ignore what I just said. You need to line this up, flick that over, I need to turn my magnet over now. Okay, and stick the magnet to that. Oh, right, so that means when you sort of open it, you do that and then it will close back into place. Okay. Yes! Right, thank you for holding my hand during that, everybody. Right, let's get this stuff down before I forget what I'm doing. Right, so that's just going to go on there like that now. Yay! What size are my magnets? I think they are 1mm by 8mm. They're really tiny, weeny ones. I might just put a bit of tape. I'm going to put a bit of tape across my thing there just to protect as well. And I'm actually just going to leave that plastic on because it's just a bit of extra protection there, because we don't want that piercing through in any way. Oh, I've got an incoming call. My sister's trying to ring me now. Hello. Right, hold on. Let me just answer my call to my sister. Right, am I back? I'm so sorry. You couldn't hear the conversation, Carol, because my mic is on my phone. I'm so sorry. I didn't switch the mic to my computer. Honestly, we're so unprofessional on this channel. We really are. Anyway, Esther said hello, everybody. She was calling me from a charity shop, and yeah, she was just going, do I need to get what do I need, because there was something I told her to look out for a few weeks ago. So she's there and spotted some. So there we go. That's so funny. Right, let's get back to... Actually, it's quite a nice break. Right, everyone do a stretch. We've been here an hour already. So let's do a stretch and a wave and a crack the back. So it's always good to, you know, have a little bit of a limber up if you've been crafting for a little bit. Okay, if you don't want those muscles to start seizing up. Oh, I'm warm now. I can take my cardi off. Right. Oh, and have I got any chocolate left in here? I thought I'd had a spare little egg. Oh, I do. Yes, spare egg. All right. I'm also thinking I'd really like to make use of those new stitched kind of like shapes. So I'm thinking about cutting out maybe some circles and stuff and having those as little swing photo areas. So yeah, glad to have met you, Esther. Oh, thank you. It's too early for me to be doing that, Ruth. I know. Well, I've had half my day already. Right. I went to Aldi yesterday to try and get more of these, and they sold out, and I know why. They're so good. Right, let's get back to it. Excuse me. Right, you're still all with me, yeah? So there we go. We've got a nice little thing happening there. Let's grab another little bit of paper. Right, this one we could have as a little kind of flap, couldn't we? Like a little mini door opening. Just going to put the cover on this because, knowing me, these are going to go flying in a second. I think with these sort of smaller mini albums, things don't have to be super complicated because you are kind of dealing with less space. So that's 3 1/4. So that's 5. So that's -2 add 1. So 3 minus 2.5 minus 2. That's 1.5. So 1 3/4. Okay. No, that's too little. Let's go for 2 inches. 2 inches. Oh no, maybe 1 3/4 is correct. Okay, let's go for 1 3/4 then. Doesn't seem enough, really. Doesn't seem enough to show off anything. I'm going to go with 2. Right, 2 and then cut it 4. So we're just going to do like a little opening there to put a couple of photographs in there. So what could we do on the front of this? Could go for something nice and bright. So go 1 7/8. By 3 1/4. And then of course we're going to want to have a magnet to close that shut. There's magnets everywhere on this, I think. Oh, I discovered that my husband had purchased these kind of cinnamon churro style breakfast cereal. And I was putting some cereal away the other day and realised that there was like half a box left. And I was thinking, do the kids not like these? So I tasted one and oh my goodness, they are so yum as just like a snack. And that's going to be my new little go-to treat, you know. Because if you like crunchy things, I guess cereal has been like a go-to snack for a while, but there's quite a lot of sugar in them. I just like eating a really nice biscuit. Never too early for chocolate. I meant too early for me to be exercising and whatnot. Yeah, I heard you. I heard you. I know. Okay, I think the other reason I like folio making with my stamp one shoot wonders is because it's just an excuse to kind of show off the stamping. This is giving you 50s vibes. Oh yeah, love this combination of colours. Right, so magnet, need you. No, not that way around. Not the right way around. Yep. Okay. So when you put these on, you soon know if you've put them on the wrong side, you know, the negative or positive, because it just does not stick. So once you've got it, you've got it. Why am I standing again? Well, I'm thinking, why is my back hurting? Oh yeah, it's because I'm standing up. Right, let's just check I've got this the right way around. Dry Fruit Loops. Oh, that's a good idea. They weren't sticky or messy. Yeah, but it's nice just to crunch. Sometimes you just need to do the crunch. Oh, that's so pleasing. Right, one page done, everybody. All right, I fancy doing that that nice kind of like crisscross opening that we did before, but I think we're going to have to do it that way. So let me see if I can remember how to do it. I might just have to grab the folio that I put it in just to check. I've got a bit more chocolate. Right, I'm just going to revisit this folio that I did the other week. Oh, so, yeah, this one. So basically, the length, you need this piece of card to be double. Okay. Have I got enough here? Okay, so if I do the 6 inches, that's cool. That's 3 inches, so it's 5 minus 2. 1.5. Okay. So take this down to 6. Cut this at 1.5. That at 1.5. the front. Okay, so I just need one on the front. Right, so these pieces, oh, I should have scored them when I, oh, never mind. Okay, so this needs to be scored at 1 and 1.5, 3 and 4.5. One and a half, 3. I should make one of these for Houston for Christmas. If I start now, I might get it done in time. Fair enough. Okay, and then that panel's going to go on top of there. Now this piece, I wondered if I could, oh yeah, so I cut that to, I might just line this with black. Oh, I just so happen to have a scrap of black here. Oh, might have got smaller pieces. Let's have a look. Okay, so 1 3/8, and then 2 7/8. Okay, that's cute. So then we need to cut, or I need to cut and need to burnish and cut these. Oh, sit down a sec. Thanks, Tonya. Yeah, I have got such a pile of papers that I've created that I really need to find new projects to use them up. So since kind of discovering folio making, I'm like, yes, I can start using them up. But I'm still like, I still have frugal brain as well. Okay, so then you cut down, let me just double check. Yep, sorry, just got to double check how I do it. So to halfway, I'm just eyeballing halfway there, and turn it around and do the same. Like that. So halfway, turn it around. And halfway. So then oh no, I've got to flip it over. You turn them over and then they kiss like that. This is the point where you go, oh, I might need to cut a little bit more. A little bit more that way. A little bit more that way. Give it a little burnish love. All the way around. There we go. So that opens like that. And then I'm going to get my little panel, stick on the top. Just make sure everything is nicely aligned. I think if you know, spread out the make of it over a few days and weeks, you know, it will get done. You know, and please do use my videos as a bit of a resource to, you know, to stop and start and kind of, you know, think, okay, I'll, you know, maybe get the outside done first, and then, well, I mean, there's no reason why you can't start making the pages. It's just that you need to know the sizing, really, of what you're doing, where you're heading. Right, stick that onto there. Oh, this has been a right pain, this one. Oh, and that's too much now. Oh, no, move over. I was expecting it to like slide across, but it didn't. Like, no. Okay, that's better. I think when you spread the glue quite thin, it starts to dry very quickly, so you have less wiggle room time. So you need to kind of aim it and get it straight. There we go. Well, just measure twice, cut once, Annie. Just really sort of try and think ahead and write the measurements down. Like, I've written the measurements down in front of me so that I'm hopefully making less mistakes. So right. So this is cute. I want this as like a little mini, like you could put like little mini photographs in this section. What do you think of me using that side? I just don't know if it's too busy. I think I'd just like the graphic, you know, the more geometric patterns. I think I'd rather, yeah, I'm going to go stick with it. Stick with it. I mean, in my camera time where I do use the flowery side, but I just don't feel it kind of goes, because we've got so much detail in the stamping. I just don't feel it needs it, really. Yeah, I thought so too, Delinda. Right, so that's a little fun little opening there. Just spotted a little bit of glue, a mark on there that I'd like to get rid of. Okay, that's cool. So what should we put on the other side? I mean, I could use one of these as a bit of a fun fold opening. Let me just figure out what half of that it works out at. You know, one of my Anyway, let me just see the measurements on this. Okay, oh, we're 6 inches on that one. Okay. Make that a bit neater. So I've got 3 inches there. So 3, 1.5 again. Okay, I'll take that to 2. Score at 3. I like the idea of this coming up, and then if I score that, I have a little mini frame there. So that measures 2 1/4. Oh, that's a bit bigger than I thought. Oh well, I've done it now. So if we go in, I could do 1 inch. Now I'm going to go 3/4 of an inch in here and mark there. And 3/4 in on this side. There. Should be doing it the other way around really, but okay. Mark 3/4 there. 3/4 there. I need to score from there to there. And then from there to there. Didn't I just say a few seconds ago, you know, I don't want to do anything too fancy in these. And now look at me. Make sure this is all aligned nicely. There we go. Nice. I'm wondering whether just to matte it in black, just to give it a bit of, or pink. Oh, pink. Forgot about the pink. Yeah, let's go for the pink. Because we have plenty of the pink. So that was 2 1/4. So I want this to be 2 1/2. And then because that's going to go there like that, I need that to measure 3 1/8. Fold that in half. And then cut at 3 1/8, because that's going to get stuck into there like so. But before I do that, I just want to burnish Where have I put my... Oh, there it is. I just want to burnish this edge. I don't like it. When I trimmed off a bit earlier. Alright, so that's going to pop into there like that. So I think it'd be nice to have a nice dramatic kind of maybe black and pink matting layer sticking out of there. So let's see what this measures. 3.5. Let's go 3.5 then. I'm just kind of eyeballing it by 2.5. And go 3.5, 1 and 3.5, 1.5, 1 3/4. Okay, so that's going to be my little pop-up bit there and there. So let's use up some of these little pink scraps that I've got here before I get glue all over them. No, that's too thin. Oh, perfect. So what did I say? Let's go there. It's just the way you are, Ruth. What was that? I can't remember what I was talking about a few minutes ago, Delinda. Right, so that'll go on there, that'll go on there, that'll go on there. Bob's your uncle. We've got a pop-up little framed area. I love this little thing because it's so it's kind of so dramatic, but it's quite sort of simple to execute. Right, so we want this. Who needs one glue? No, who needs... Why have one glue when you can use two? Oh, hold on, I'll do it the other way around. Hello, Pamela, being fussy and fancy when you get into crafting. Yeah. Because you talk out loud in your videos, do you find yourself talking to yourself during normal routines? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Sometimes more so than others. Depends on the mood, depends on the month, time of the month. Depends what mood I'm in. Yeah. What you don't get to hear is the expletives in my head. I know I'm supposed to be a good Christian woman, but you know, sometimes they just pop up in my head. Oh, actually, on a more serious note, I sometimes do find that if my mind is very distracted, I have to speak out loud to myself if I have to be very, if I'm trying to follow a system or if I'm getting too distracted by things, I need to speak out loud to myself and go, right, Ruth, you need to do this, then you're going to do this, then this is going to happen, and then so that I can focus. Yeah. Well, you may as well make a video. If you're somebody who talks out loud to yourself, you may as well be making videos. Because I suppose I remember when my kids were learning to write at the school that they were at, the teachers had a meeting to explain to the parents the reasoning behind the way they taught certain things. And so they were talking about the way that or how important it is to get children to say things out loud. because when a child says something, or anybody who's learning something says something out loud, you've got the process of the actual turning your thoughts in your head into sound to come out your mouth, but then also you're rehearing it back through your ears. And so it's actually kind of important to do if you're wanting to really learn something or focus on something. Right, I'm going to stick that one quite close in. I'm going to see if this makes any difference. Let's stick that one quite close in, and just get a little bit of card just to move that glue around to spread the gluey love there. Yeah, I'm human. Yes, I am human. I know, but what type of human I am, I'm not sure. Still learning that one. Okay, so then the second one, I'm actually going to stick it just further out, because I was finding with the other ones that I've done, I don't like them clashing in the middle, because then you have to kind of get your finger to stick to get them to close properly. So my theory is that if I stick that a little bit further out, the one will close before the other. That's my theory. I'm going to test it out today. Swipe the glue. It's nice and thin. There we go. And then place that there. Close that down. So before I was kind of like aiming to have them meet in the middle a bit more closer, but I think to make it more, to make the technical stuff work better, it's okay to have it. There we go. Yeah, that one definitely folds in first now. Ooh, that, can you see how it sticks out a little bit? Oh, that's close. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, that was very close. But okay, it's worked. So I wonder if I could stick a little piece, or maybe use one of these pieces that are left over just to stick on the front here. Oh no. Ugh. 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 No. I think we're going to have to start cutting into another section of this. Right, so let me just see what that, if I cut that there, how much do I have left? Oh, 4 3/4. Oh, that's not too bad. That's a good amount to play with. And I don't cut any bees. I'm not destroying any bees doing that. Use that panel there. Ruth. Okay, so 2 7/8. Now I am wondering whether to put a magnet just there and there, because see if it will close it. Oop. Oh no, it didn't go underneath it. Because it is wanting to pop up. Yeah, I think I'll do that. The roses? What are you asking about roses? Sorry, I think I've missed something. Oh, take care, Gina. Nice to see you. Yeah, please just repeat the question if I've missed it. I can see someone asking about roses and I'm not quite sure. I think I've missed something. If you want to see how I stamped this sheet that I'm cutting up, I did it last night. So video is hot off the press. Oh, roses for the top of the flap. Too late, she says. Oh, okay. Sorry. I must have missed something. Black on. Oh, I see. Got you. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Maybe another one. I'll do another one, Melissa. Yeah, I've got you now. So, put it over here. I'm trying to make sure that I've kind of got this equal, but I'm just aware of this piece jutting out a little bit. Just want to make sure that's really well stuck down because it's a lot of layers. Lot of layers. There we go. Yeah, it's nice with the magnet. It's making sure it closes properly. So. Oh, there we go. Page number 2 done. What's the time? Hello, wondering if this is live. Hello, Denise. Yes. Have I linked to the magnets anywhere? No, I haven't, because I think depending where you're from, Melissa, basically I got them off Amazon. So you just look up crafting magnets, 8 by 1 millimeter. I don't know what that is in inches. But yeah, I just bought 50. I think it was 50. Or was it 100? Yeah, 50, I think. Yeah. It is black and pink. It is just an absolute classic, isn't it? All right, so maybe we should go for something a bit more simple then on the Right, so on this one, we've got, this is the first one, we've got that. Then we've got just that simple opening. Then we've got this one, which is a bit more of a complicated opening, which I'm wondering whether that's quite thick. I'm wondering whether I should have done one in between that's a little bit more simple, just like a matting layer. And maybe we could go for that floral. And then just go for like a bright pink matting layer or something in there. Let's go back to this one. You know what, that's what I'm going to do. That'll be just nice and simple to do. So I use polish pink for the stamping. So I'm just raiding my polished pink stash. No, I'll get a fresh one out, I think. Oh, that's not too bad. That's all I've got left. So this is one of the in colours that's going to be leaving us. So, oh, yum, 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 yum. Yeah, okay, let's just do that. A nice simple, maybe pink, then black, then pale pink. So it looks extravagant, but it's, or even have that as the, oh yeah, let's do that. Okay. So 3.5. So if we go for 2.5 here. By 4. We have 2 of those. So let's see if that will fit. Oh, it was like it was meant to be. Look at that. So 2.5 by 4. So that's 2.25 by. So we'll go for 3/4 there. Just notice my in here is really furry. Just going to clean that out because that can really affect the blade. So that and that. Then have that on there. And then have no, it's that way around. That one on that side. Oh no, I need to cut it yet. That one on that side. Flirty or polished? This is polished. Oh, hold on. What's going on? Oh, that's the wrong one. Right, these are the correct ones. That one. And that one. Right. I'm confusing myself then. Yeah, so flirty, and then the bases are blushing. Now, funny enough, I don't think I actually used Blushing Bride in the stamping, in the one sheet, well, the 12 sheet wonder that I did. It was, I used Flirty Flamingo and Blushing Bride, but I did stamped off, sorry, Flirty and Polished Pink was what I used last night for the stamping. But I did stamped off Flirty Flamingo, which is quite close to blushing. So that's why I think the Blushing Bride is going really well with the sheet. I also used a bit of petal pink as well, so it's got pale pink in the design. It's just I just didn't use blushing. I didn't even think of swiping the little gap on the trimmer. Bought a new trimmer. Oh, Denise. Oh, yes. You need to clean the gap. Oh, yes, yes, yes. And change your blade. Sometimes it's the blade. Yeah, that gets very furry in there because, you know, paper is fibre, isn't it? So, right, I just want to check I've got this correct. So that's my, this is my front. That's my second. Then, right, so that's page 1 and page 3. So this is going to be page 2. So we're going to have that there and that there. And then I want the opposite, that one there. And then that one there. Okay. It's always good to double check. I can send you a link if you're in the UK for the magnets, because I can show you where I got them from. If you're in the US, if you follow Rosa Kelly, she is like the queen of folio making, who I've been binge watching. She has got a link to her Amazon list. And also I think if you go shop and through that link, you support her channel, or support her rather. So I suggest you go find Rosa Kelly. I'll try and link it. I keep meaning, I'm so sorry, do have a go at me to do this, to do a whole blog post about the various resources for folio making that I have found useful. Yeah, also you go to support Rosa if you go shop through that link, which is give her as much love as possible. I don't know if I said this actually. I was watching her the other day and then looked at her bio on YouTube, and she's an engineer. And I thought that makes so much sense, because you've got an engineering mind to work out the measurements and stuff. She just sort of just does it. She's amazing. Okay, so that one. Right, so that's 3 pages done. I think I'm going to love you and leave you guys, because I want to go and make sure someone has started cooking dinner, or if they haven't, I need to go start cooking dinner. I'm wondering whether to do a little bit of brighter pink here. We'll just go with it, because we've got that pink splash there. I'll put the cover of this on now. So I know that's done. Oh no, I'm not going to put the cover on. I will stick this to this though, because it may be that I want to put a ribbon underneath. So yeah, that's why I tend to leave my covers to the last, because if I haven't quite decided on the closure, it means I can hide things. So yeah, don't do your covers too soon. I used to have some really lovely polished pink ribbon, but I think I've used it up. I may have to use the lilac, the fresh freesia. Right, okay, so that's, I'm not going to stick that together. So when I come back later, I'll carry on with this. So that's going to go onto there. Oh, now I may have to cut. I think I need to trim these down. I should have done it earlier, really, because otherwise these are not going to fit on. Because I've cut them too close to the size. Oh, got to do that without trying to destroy the paper. What closure would you suggest for a masculine folio? You can just use magnets, Melissa. I will show you the one that, the wedding one that I've been working on. I think men like a magnet. My husband's bought this game recently from Kickstarter, and it's very clever. All right, so basically he was so excited to show it to me. So the game is about sort of this size, right? And then it's got, you know, it's like boxed in like this. And he went, watch this. And he took it off like that, and the flap opened. And then the whole side came off. And then the other flap came off, and the whole side came off. So basically the box turned into the game mat, but it was all magnetized together. It was very, I had to sort of pretend that it wasn't, you know, when your husband goes, this is so cool, it's so cool, and you're like trying to pretend that you're not interested, but inside I was like, that is so cool. And I was like, yeah, I said, it's just you know, it's magnets, you know, have you not seen magnets? So yeah, so this is an optional closure. So what you do is you will need to use quite a lot of, you probably need 2 pieces of DSP that are the same design, because I had to stick 2 together to get the length in. There we go. So I've got my outer cover, whatever that is, plus the binding, that measurement, plus that, plus another one that's the same size as the side, plus another one. Okay, so you do need to bear that in mind. And then I put magnets under here and here, and then under here and here, and that magnetizes. All right, thank you, Valerie. So you can just do that. Oh, now, yes, I need to finish this one. I was talking to Esther about it, and she was like, no, I wouldn't put the flower on, because she knows the couple. She felt that the red flower would be too much. So I think we're just going to go with the pale papaya ribbon. And I think I've just got to add the names on the inside to this one. And then this one will be finished. So, yeah, that'll be done. Although I do regret not putting more magnets in this one. But there we go. It's still super duper learning curve for me. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Oh, that's one I could do. Right, when I come back, I'll carry on with this one. And yeah, so I've just cut all those down because these have got to fit on. Actually, that one needs cutting down a bit more. And I wish I'd done like this before I'd stuck it all in. Oh, going at an angle is better. There we go. Angle, angle, angle. That's better. All right, because all these are going to get stuck together like that, and that's going to sit over the top like so. Yeah, and I can see I should have done this a little bit smaller than this. Oh well, live and learn. Also, why is that bigger there? Look, that's... I think my trimmers, I'm not making the right adjustments for my trimmer. I'm going to have to just slice those little bits off. tiny little bit. There we go, that's better. It's like a millimetre or even less than that. It's tiny. Corrugated edge on the inserts. I've got to make the inserts. Thanks for that, Delinda. Yeah, that's what I've got to do. I've got to make the inserts. I've got to get this done this week as well because the wedding's next week. Yeah. Yeah, I've still got to do inserts. All right. Okay, that'll be my weekend job. Right, there we go. Right, let's pop that. So that one's going to go there. That one's going to go there. That one's going to go there. This is so cute. I love the colour. So happy. And let's just check how much of this we've got left. So I've got that bit and I have that bit. So, oh, that's quite nice. I might do another one of these. Not that one, this one. Might do another one of these because I like that idea. And this time I will remember to put the magnet in before I close it. Try to get that stuck down. Oh, actually, rubbing it, burnishing it with your silicone eraser is much more gentle. What I was trying to do with the bone folder was to make sure that it really stuck down, but actually by using the eraser a little bit, it's much gentler. Right, okay, I'm gonna go. So that's gonna go there. That's gonna go there. That's gonna go there. No, that's gonna go there. Right, got all my bits and pieces left here. I'm going to switch my light off. Say goodbye to you guys. I do that while talk too. Thanks, Tonya. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you and catch you guys later. I do that self-talk, not wild talk. Oh, there we go. There we go. Do all the good YouTubey stuff. If you want a copy of the annual catalogue that's just about to come out, it's not going to look like this. It's got a new cover on it because it's a new catalogue. Just email me, ruthtrice@gmail.com, and I'll be pleased to send you one if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, the Netherlands, and Belgium and Ireland. Yay! All right. Lots of love. Toodles, Linda. Take care.